So my friend PJ made a song with his friend, and he asked me to make a music video for them. Well, a lyric video, not a whole music video. That's way out of my ballpark. So PJ showed me the song. Apparently his friend, whose song it actually is, PJ's just a feature, his friend made an AI lyric video. It wasn't good. I'm assuming the way the AI worked is it just heard the song and then did like a text-to-speech type of thing with the lyrics, because it just got a lot of things wrong.
Production.
So PJ, my friend, says, hey man, would you be able to make a lyric video? And I was like, I don't really do that. I edit our podcast. I do my own kinds of videos. I used to do gameplay. I made a damn documentary. What reactions, tier lists. Like, lyric video is not in my wheelhouse. Like, it's just not something I'm familiar with in any capacity. So I told him all that. I was like, just so you know. He said, hey man, it's just got to be better than the AI video. I said, you know what? I have to be able to do better than the AI video. So while we were talking about it, I was like, you know what, man? I've tried and done a bunch of new stuff before. What's one more new thing, right? So I said, you know what? I'll do it. But I did preface him. I did say, don't expect this to be very good. And I showed him some of the lyric videos that I have seen before. And I was like, this is kind of the standard that I'm familiar with. I'm not going to be able to do anything close to it. I have a few thoughts. So, obviously, I can't do anything like this. I don't have the skill set. Obviously, I'm not there. Second, I'm much more limited on the visuals for a couple reasons. This is like obviously like a dedicated Pokemon rap. So obviously there's a lot of references. There's already a bunch of source material for Pokemon. There's lots of things to pull from visually. The homies are just the home. Like, this is them. Like, they're doing a lyric video because they don't have like footage. So that's what the lyric video is for. So I gotta figure out if there's something else I can do. I took up the challenge, and sometime later I ended up getting it done, but the process was interesting. As it is for anything that you're doing for the first time. So PJ sent me the lyrics. I took a look at everything, and one thing that I have been wanting to do, or feeling like I should be trying to do, was do more animated 2D graphics. I don't have much experience with because I don't actually have any of the Adobe products, the Adobe Creative Cloud products, because it's too damn expensive for me. So everything I use is the free versions of everything. DaVinci Resolve, free version. Instead of Illustrator, I got Inkscape. Instead of Photoshop, I got GIMP. So I'm really working like bare bones in terms of like software. So I was looking around. I was like, okay, let me see if I can find a 2D graphic animation program. So I found one. I settled on one called Cavalry. The free version, of course, because the pro version or whatever it's called, like 200 pounds or something. Just obviously I'm not paying for that, especially if I don't even know how much I like the program. So got Cavalry, booted it up, and then of course I didn't know what the hell to do. So started watching some tutorials. What? And so a lot of the first few days I feel like was just me tinkering with like the program, watching videos, okay, trying to see how the program actually functions and works. Alt click drag, what? Space click drag is pan? Okay, man, I could just do that too, right? Okay. Oh, that's what they mean. So the person whose song it is, Max Millie Production, he's like the main artist of the song, and he's the first verse. So I was working on that first verse. Hey, it's doing something. And then you do this and it reverses, and then oh my god, it looks terrible still, but it's something. I was just trying to figure out how to move things, trying to figure out like what I wanted it to look like, just how I wanted the text to move, and then the colors and whatever. So I tinkered with that for like hours. Like that that was a big bulk of me working on the project, was just learning Cavalry. Hey! Oh shit. It did the thing that I thought it was supposed to do. Oh my god. It took me about essentially 2 hours to get to this point. Probably closer to 3 hours. Maybe a little bit more. But oh my god, do you see this? Holy moly. Yes! We have a thing! After some point of working on Max's part, okay, I did something completely wrong. My palette is all fucked up. Okay. It just crashed, man. Okay, we have the stagger back. I think I got my stagger back. I went into DaVinci Resolve to work on PJ's part because the different flows gave me different ideas on how I wanted the text to appear and like show up on screen. So for what I wanted to do for PJ, it was just easier to just do it in DaVinci. I didn't really need to do anything in Cavalry for it. After I got as much done for the verses as I could with the lyrics I had, I went back to Cavalry and I wanted to figure something out for the hook. So one part of the hook wasn't too bad. It was just like the words coming across the screen in a certain way. What the fuck happened to my thing? Why is it moving backwards, man? Oh, shit. For the other part, I got kind of freaky. I did like a bunch of rotating and like squares, and then like square within a square. Like, just to, I don't know. I wanted to make it look a little bit more dynamic. That was the big thing I was really trying to focus on, is making things look dynamic, interesting to the eye, like visually engaging. I made one short film, not really a short film, like it was like a 3-minute video, whatever, for a class in college. And the thing the teacher told me was, or the professor, was that is like the quickest perception the brain has. Like once you see something, you can get it like right away on what it is. And then if it's not dynamic or engaging, it doesn't like change. If you're just staring at the same thing, it gets old much faster than like any other senses. Since you see it, you recognize immediately that's a door, that's a word that says this, whatever it is. If it's just that and you're just staring at that, it gets like not necessarily boring, but it is a little bit like, all right, like I get it, I know what it is. So your brain is kind of just like waiting for the next thing while you're sitting on that thing that you've already processed. So while I was doing this, I was trying to keep that in mind as I was going back. I do a lot of rewatching for everything I edit, just to like double check and like see if things like look the way I want them to look. So I kept doing that. I was like, okay, has it been boring for too long? Has it been just these words for too long? Like, are things just coming up and going back down in the same way? Is it like, is it getting like predictable? I was trying to figure out ways to make it look a little bit different. So just so you aren't like, it's not like you see one thing and you're like, I know the rest of it's going to be the same way. So even if it was just like positioning things differently, switching up colors, transitions, the way words are like oriented, things like that. Or that was a lot of my mindset going into this. Yay! Okay, it took a lot of tweaking and other shit, but got that down. I don't know how well I did, but that was definitely the big thing I was focusing on. And so I showed PJ what I had. I told him it wasn't nearly complete or anything like that, and he liked where it was going, which is nice. It probably looked terrible back then, but like, it was something. He told me some of the ideas I had, and I was like, okay, I could work on that. I could try that. I could see if I get that. So like I said, I do a lot of rewatching with every video I do, and especially this one, since it's not mine. I really wanted it to be good since this is going on somebody else's channel. I want them to have something that can, you know, they can upload and it'll look nice for them. It's not just like just me. It's like this is their song. Like they made their own art, and then they asked me to make art for their art. So I want to try to do them justice.
Oh no.
For my creative process, I always like to get a foundation down, because if the foundation is trash, there's no point in like fixing it, in like making it look nice. You know what I mean? Like if the foundation sucks, if the base of what I have isn't good, then no matter how much I tweak the little bits of it, adding all that on won't change anything. The video is still gonna look like doo-doo butts, because the main portion of it, the base of it, is still ass. So if there's an earthquake, if someone shakes the video, someone metaphorically shakes the video, it's all gonna crumble, because they're gonna say the lyric was wrong, the animation was boring, it all looked the same. So even if like I tried to change certain things that would be like the finishing touches, if I don't have the bass part down, I'm not comfortable doing all that. You know what I mean? It's like the inside of your car is fucked up, and then you give your car a paint job, and then the car breaks down. It's like, what's the point, right? So did a lot of rewatching, re-editing, whatever. I got the first draft down, so then I watched through it. It was a lot of minute, tedious things. I rendered all the things from Cavalry, and then when I put them in DaVinci, I was like, I kind of want to change some of these things. So I went back, re-rendered everything with slight adjustments, put it back in DaVinci, and then so on and so forth. So there's a lot of that. And since I am new to Cavalry, I did things probably in like very inefficient ways, but I don't know. I was, like I said, I was trying to figure out how things worked. So I was doing my best. So I did my final tweaks on the colors, the animations, trying to make them look as like lined up as I wanted them to, whatever. Did all that, and then I recorded another episode with PJ for a podcast, and I was like, hey, it's done. So if you want to, if you want me to like send it to you or whatever, I can. And so I showed it to him, and then as I was watching it, I was like, what? I was like, why does it look ass? I was like, what the fuck happened? Like when I rendered it and watched it through on my own, I was like, cool, this is good. This is good enough. Like this can be it. Because I had already been working on it for like at least like a few weeks. So I was like, I think this is done. I think we're good. And I showed it to him, and I was watching it with him, and I was like, what the fuck is this? So then later, probably that night or the next night or whatever, I went back in and I looked at it. I was like, what the fuck is going on? I was like, the animations look like choppy for some reason. It doesn't look like lined up the way it's supposed to be. Like it's a little bit off, like by a few frames still. I was like, what is this? So buckle up, more tedious work coming. Went back into Cavalry. I added motion blur to everything. I changed the frames for some of the things, and then I re-rendered everything in a different format, try and fix the choppiness, and some of like the inconsistency with how things were rendered, with how I originally did it. And I watched through it again. Everything looked a little bit smoother, a little bit cleaner, and I kind of did fall victim to having the bad foundation, because the way that things were set up originally in Cavalry, with how I originally did things, it wasn't great. When I had to go back and re-edit things and change things, that's why it was so tedious and hard to do. Not like hard, but just like, I had to go like individually and line by line to like change everything. And that's why I was like, if I had just had a better foundation from the start, it'd be a lot easier to do that editing that I was doing at the end later. But I did not have the tools, the knowledge to do that at the time. So I had to just put up with it. I did what I had to do. Eventually I got it done. This was completely new for me. was not something I was used to, not something that I knew how to do at all. So it's probably ass, but I tried. And for my first lyric video, potentially my only lyric video, not that bad, I don't think.
Calling to my phone when you say shit. I don't wanna say when he hate me. Gotta get it when they pass when they slaying. I don't get it when they say when you laying. Tryna fuck with me, gotta go away. I'm just tryna bring it back, you started waiting. Tryna get it wasted. What you saying? But she caught him lacking. But she started playing. Like, baby, please, you say you wanna coming back. Tryna switch it up and say you being mad.
I am trying to get out of the perfectionist mindset that I tend to have, because at some point you just gotta get the shit out there. If you don't know how to do something, you can't just sit on it for weeks and weeks and weeks, you know, trying to get it right. Get out the product first, get out the project, whatever it is, and then look back and say, okay, what do I wish I could have changed? And then work towards that on the next one. Am I gonna do a next lyric video? Maybe not, but but I can take the things I learned in Cavalry, 2D animation, whatever, and then put that towards whatever my next project is. So I said, you know what? I did my best. I'm gonna go ahead and get the video out for PJ and Max's sake, so that, you know, they can have something to upload. And I got it done. I got it done. And like I said at the beginning, I've done lots of new things before. What's one more new thing? I don't really know if there's a point to this video. Maybe you've got one on your own. Maybe, you know, maybe you've like picked something up. I've resonated with anything I've said. But I just gotta try new shit sometimes, man. That's all this channel is, which is kind of like not good for the channel, is that it's a bunch of different things, which is, you know, not great for like channel retention, because people sub for one thing and then they don't get that thing ever again. This channel is just me trying new things. It's me, you know, whatever I feel like doing, I'm gonna do it. So that is what you should be expecting if you do subscribe, which, you know, hit the button or whatever. Hit like, I don't know, fucking who cares. Shout out to PJ, shout out to Max for, you know, the song, and then letting me giving me the chance to do this. You know, go watch the video, the full video, because it's gonna be over on their channel. That's not my video, that's their video once it gets to them. This is my video, so thank you for watching this one. But yeah, go support them, go support their song, moving into. All right, I don't really know how to end this video. Stay tuned for my tier list about Filipino celebrities and important figures. Okay, thank you, bye.